host of the Gridiron.
Giants are given the best chance for the first overall pick. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Now, I do remember a couple weeks ago, the Raiders had the best overall chance. I think the Giants had, if I'm not mistaken, like a 20% chance. It's a couple weeks ago. And I'm happy if I can wake up in the morning and I remember what my name is. So it was a couple weeks ago. The Giants had some 17 to 20, 21% maybe, but the Raiders had a 30% chance of getting the number one overall pick. But that was a couple weeks ago. It's going to change every week. But as of right now, the Giants have the best chance overall. And it's interesting because now apparently the Patriots have the second best chance of getting the number one overall pick. But the nice thing is that if the Patriots or the Jaguars get the number one, right, they don't need a quarterback. So I mean, that's good for the Giants. The only thing is that, like, just say whatever. Say the Patriots do get the number one pick, right? And the Giants should just say number two. Well, that's cool if you want to sit and hope and pray that nobody jumps you. Might behoove if the Giants are like, Shedeur Sanders is the man. If we get him, we can turn this whole thing around. If they're that committed to him, right? They think Shedeur or Ward or whoever is that good, right? And they put all the chips in the middle of the table. We got to get that guy, right? It would behoove them to go trade with the number one, right? Because it does make sense for a team who's number one just to move back one spot, right? Because they move back to the number two and they're still guaranteed to get their guy. Because say that the Patriots, right, we're picking one, they move back to the Patriots don't need a quarterback. They're not taking a quarterback. They're probably going to take Hunter, right? So they can move back from 1 to 2, still get Hunter and get an extra draft pick. Now I don't know what it would be. Maybe it may get another second round. I don't know if it cost the Giants a first round just to move the one spot. I don't know, but I mean it would be awesome for them because the Patriots don't have to worry about. Well, if we go back to 7th, we'll get a bunch of pick, but then we're not sure who we're going to. No, I mean, if they love Hunter, they're like, well, we can go from 1 to 2, still get Hunter and get an extra first round pick or whatever. That's a win-win, right? So, but let's see what we got here. Given the best chance. The Giants are given the best chance at landing the number one pick in the NFL draft. Maybe the Giants aren't tanking, but does it really matter? Yeah. I mean, the Giants, truthfully, the Giants are are running out of winnable games here. You know, there's only 5 games left. I mean, but I'll tell you what, man, if they want up 2-15 or even 3-14, it's like, what a brutal season. Brutal season, I'll tell you. So the Giants might not be tanking, but according to Pro Football Network playoff predictor, they are the team most likely to end up with the number one overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Pro Football Network projects the 2-10 Giants with a 30% chance of earning the first pick in the draft. Here is PFN's current list of the 10 most likely teams to earn the number one pick. So the Giants have the best overall, right, at 30%. The Patriots, 22.7, so they're second. The Panthers, third at 15.4. The Raiders at 12.1. The Jaguars at 10.6. Now, the interesting thing, okay, is that out of those 3 teams, right, the Panthers, the Jaguars, the Patriots, the Raiders, and the Giants, out of those 5 teams, 3 of them may not need a quarterback. May not. I mean, I have to see how the because I mean, you know, the Jaguars don't. The Patriots don't. Now I have to wait and see, you know, when how have the Panthers given up on the hopes of their young stud, or are they going to move on and try to get somebody else? We don't know, but quite possibly out of those first 5 teams, 3 of them may not need quarterbacks, which is obviously good for the Giants. But once again, it all depends, you know, the guys pulling the trigger. the guys making the call, if Dable and Shane are still around, right, after the season's over, if they're like, nah, Cam Ward, he's got too many issues, or Sanders, or whatever, something like that, if they don't have the conviction, they still may not, you know what I mean, take them. But I'll tell you what, if we wound up with Hunter and Malik Neighbors, could you, I mean, obviously we still need a quarterback, right? But could you imagine with those two guys out there? Wow. Those two, we'd have two number one wide receivers. Very nice. Huh? All right, is this it? Nope. There we go. All right. So let's say, so the Jaguars at 5th at 10.6, then the Browns at 5.9%, the Jets at 1.8, the Titans at 0.7, the Bears at 0.5, and the Saints at 0.2. Per Tankathon, the Giants are currently slotted number 3 in the draft order behind the Jaguars and the Raiders. All three teams are 2-10, but the strength of schedule places the Giants in the 3rd spot. Now, when was this here? This was December 6th. Okay. Pro Football Network ran 10,000 simulations to come up with its percentages. So that's a very fair percent. Run 10,000, so that's pretty good. Something else interesting is that the Giants' chances at the number 1 pick have gone up exponentially since they waived quarterback Daniel Jones. Per PFN, after losing to the Panthers in Jones' final game with the team, the Giants only had a 10.1% chance to earn the top pick. But after factoring the quarterback change, their odds jumped to 17.4 and then 26.3 last week after the Browns upset the Steelers in Week 12. Now the Giants have a 30% chance to get the first overall pick. Per PFN, Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders has the lowest average draft position at 2.1 of any player and is currently the most popular pick for the Giants. Now it says here, interesting, don't blame the defense. It is entirely possible that the Giants' defense falls apart over the season's final 5 weeks. Dexter Lawrence, Azeez Ojulari are on IR. Bobby Okereke, Tay Banks, and Nacho are injured and are out for this week and possibly beyond. Right? Possibly. I mean, if the season is over, this, that, and the other thing, and you're kind of questionable with his rib injury with Banks or something like that, maybe sit him another week, or you know what I mean. So, or if Nacho, the stinger is still there, or it's not. You know, I mean, just dude, the season's over with. Let's not make you any worse, right? We're gonna put you on season-ending IR, right? You got your money, right? We're gonna put some young guys in there, right? Same thing with Bobby, with Okereke, with his back, right? Bobby's season's over with. Let's not injure your back anymore. Let's sit you for the rest of the year. Rest up, and we'll get him next year, right? So, let's see. Don't blame the defense, though, for the Giants being 2-10. Yes, the run defense is atrocious. Yes, they have set an NFL record by failing to intercept the pass in 11 straight games. Overall, though, PFN's data shows the defense has been far better than the offense. PFN has created metrics called offense and defense. Per PFN, defense evaluates multiple statistics to create a single, easy-to-digest score, and grade offense uses several statistics that cover multiple situations to create one score and grade. Defensively, the Giants are 17th in the league using PFN's metric. They have a score of 74.1 and a grade of a C. Offensively, they are 30th with a 64.1 score and a grade of a D-. So, don't blame the defense, but so the Giants, as of right now, have the best chance. So there's another one of those things, right? I mean, obviously the Giants ain't going nowhere. This, that, thing, but you can always, those teams down at the bottom there. You want the Patriots to win, you want the Jaguars to win, you want the Raiders to win. I mean, that's what just pissed me off so bad last week. Was when the Raiders were in field goal range to beat the Chiefs. I mean, once again, it just goes to show you how absolutely, unbelievably lucky some of these teams are. The Chiefs, I mean, not that the kickers, he still would have had to make the field goal against the Chiefs, but they're in field goal range, right? If the kicker makes the field goal, the Raiders beat the Chiefs, right? Nope. the Chiefs are so lucky, right, that the quarterback fumbles the snap and the Chiefs get it. It's like you kid. And I say you're voting for the Raiders, and of course, once again, something like that happens. It's like how lucky can the Chiefs be? It is unbelievable, absolutely amazing how lucky some of these teams are. But I said, those teams at the top of the list, you're pulling for them because if they can get one win, or 2 wins in the fight, I mean, you're almost like eliminating. Like if the Raiders somehow can get 2 wins in the final 5 games, you're almost like eliminating them from getting the number 1 pick. Especially these teams that need quarterbacks, like the Browns, maybe the Jets, right? The Raiders, teams like that need quarterbacks. You're pulling for them to win, right? I mean, that's why the Lions interception last week, that hurt, right? When he picked off the Aaron Rodgers pass, I think it was 91 yards for a touchdown. That was the difference in the game. And that was like at least a 10-point play right there because the Jets are well within field goal range. Even if they don't score a touchdown. If Rodgers gets sacked or throws an incomplete pass or whatever like that or something like that, they get 3 points there. But no, instead of getting at least 3 points, they get 7 points the other way. And that was the difference in the game. That's why you're pulling for the Jets. That's why you're pulling for the Raiders. But unfortunately, when bad teams get bad luck, right? I mean, Rodgers threw the interception. Leo the Lion fell into, Rodgers is dropping back the pass, not expecting Leo the Lion to be there. Right? Throws the pass. It was good reaction on Leo's part. And then he's chugging it down the sideline, like him and about 300 of his blockers. And yeah. So good for him. Yeah, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So, but you're pulling for these bad teams to win football games, right?